Catherine Boudreau, September 10th. Normally when we have infestation, for people who have an in-ground irrigation system, we tend to see a correlation between the areas of infestation and moisture levels of the soil. Now, in your lawn, your heads are actually better adjusted than is typical with somebody with this problem. Normally we'll find that somebody has heads that are set just to too much of a stream and not having an even application of moisture throughout the yard. That's not exactly the case with this property, but we are seeing evidence of the areas of infestation being in these shaded areas, or areas that get less sun, therefore less respiration, than these more exposed areas of this area of the backyard and the front yard and this area, all which are much more healthy than this area, which is an indication that the moisture level of the soil is actually contributing to the problem. My suggestion is that you take a look at just how often you're watering. We generally advise that people irrigate about twice a week. If you're not able to maintain grass quality, which in these areas you're not maintaining grass quality, it isn't likely that they're not getting enough water, because the distribution of water on your property is getting these areas pretty much as they're getting other areas, which is again rather uncommon. My thinking is that these areas may have fungus, or that they may be too acidic or too alkaline. You can scoop up a little package of that soil throughout your property, take it up to a lawn and garden center, and it takes about 10 seconds for them to test it to make sure that the pH is right. You might have better grass quality with that. The reason I point out grass quality is because when we have infestation in these areas which are normally more shaded than these more healthy areas, people tend to overwater. And in these areas, this is drying out or respiring at a normal rate, allowing for this being not so attractive to moles, whereas these more shaded areas are retaining water more. And in these areas, they actually want to receive less water to be able to have a little bit of surface drying, so that they're not as attractive to moles. The reason these wet areas, or these areas that don't dry out sufficiently, can be attractive to moles is because they become, quite simply, a worm farm. And a worm factory in an infested neighborhood makes your lawn the best place for them to live and hunt. If you have any questions on this, feel free to call or email me, christhemoleman@gmail.com, or St. Louis, or 314-605-6687.